First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. When I got the opportunity to first start doing music, my man Tukavi took me to a friend's house, later became my brother. A man who has influenced me close to the influence that I've actually received from my own father and from many mentors that I've actually met in my life. And I'm proud to be in probably the second or third venue, the Ties Social Club, and I'm very proud to make this my inaugural interview with my main man, my big bro, none other than Cee Alpha, aka C1, my man Ali El Amin. What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. So let's just jump right into it, man. Park South representative. Tell us about where you got the name C1 from.
C1 is actually short for Conscience One.
Yes, sir.
It's funny that you started off with the Park South and you. Yeah, so I have to go back there in order to get over here.
Right.
Conscience One is a name that I picked up late '90s, right before like the turn of 2000, and it was a transition going from Park South, Chocolate City, Mr. Insane Locc, 2 C's, you know what I'm saying, to Conscience One, you know what I mean? Going from, hustling and, flying the flag and, you know what I mean, wilding out to actually trying to do something different, do something positive, trying to change direction, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you have like an epiphany in life, and so the light comes on. In 1998, I had my youngest son, Prince Hakeem, and like before he came, like I had dreamed about him a few times, and when I wasn't expecting him, and when it happened, it was kind of like one of those things like somebody's trying to say something to you, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And like I say, up until that point, I was still active, you know what I mean? Still in the streets doing dirt, you know what I mean? Still acting up.
Right.
So I wanted to start living life, man, you know what I mean, really for my kids, you know what I mean, to make a good impression on them coming up, you know what I mean, I had 4 other children before him, you know what I mean, so like I say, he's my last one biologically, and Conscience was where I was at, you know what I mean, being raised in the nation, knowing better, you know what I mean, but when I left home at 17. We were living in the Bay Area. We had moved up there when I was 15.
What part of the Bay?
Antioch, Oakland, Hayward. We moved around.
You was uptown. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Graduated from Hayward High in '89.
Okay.
So with me,
and I hit the eggs too. Oh, right when you get to the car.
So you ready now?
What's up, man? Hi.
I'm shit. I'm here with the click, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We in the room and shit. Nigga, that's trying to get money, bro.
Bitch ass nigga, bro. Thy sons have faith. They lie at the head of all the streets. They lie at the heads of all the streets. As a wild bull. Like a wild what? As a wild bull. In the neck.
Hey, girl. Said I'm crazy. I might be crazy.
crazy. Even my bitch said I'm crazy. I might be crazy. 11 crazy for my baby. My lifestyle hella crazy. Banging like the 80s. Banging like the 80s. Banging like the 80s.
But when when I started trying to get back to the roots of what my parents had taught me, you know what I mean, about actually looking out for the community instead of being a nuisance in the community. It was like I couldn't go by the name of Insaniac anymore, or Crooked Letter, you know what I mean? Like one day I decided to just look up what insane was, other than what we know it to be.
Right.
And one of the definitions was unclean or filthy. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not a name that I can keep pushing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Trying to do something different for my kids. So conscience, you know what I mean, was something that was like, that's where I was at. It was an awakening. It was conscience. And the first conscience is the God conscience, the God mind.
Right.
So it was basically me saying that I was going back to my God mind.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you said with this whole cleansing process, starting with the mind, moving on to the body, I did a little research on you. Actually, not research. I've been watching for years. You are very active in martial arts. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And what exact art are you fluent in?
A few forms of kung fu.
Okay.
Yes.
Some of that touch of chamber and it's all over with.
My stepfather, Master Shahid Sultan.
Right.
He taught me, taught my mother, taught my brother, taught some of the brothers and sisters in the nation as well.
Right.
So like from a little guy, you know what I mean, on up, Tai Chi, Kempo, Taekwondo, a little bit of Aikido. I learned that from Brother Joel Muhammad.
Right.
Studying with him for a little while. His boys, Hamza and Hanif.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yes, sir. And even got a chance to study Brother Captain Salim. Man, Allah be pleased with me. Got a chance to study him for a little while too. Yes, a little bit. I don't.
Brother Salim is a very small, slender brother, if I'm not mistaken. And we met him at Mos 32. Glasses, real cool,
Yes, sir.
but swift in his mindset. And I guess that brings me, it's perfect. It goes to this question I'm about to ask you. What standards of life have you gained from your studies with the Nation of Islam?
Honestly, I would say I've learned to really have a high tolerance
Right.
when dealing with our people, our community. Okay, you know what I mean?
Right.
To show a little more love, you know what I mean? A little more patience, you know what I mean? When I was younger, I was very hot-headed, you know what I mean? What you looking at, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bad, short fuse, you know what I mean? And the thing is, some people say, you got little man's complex. Nah,
Right.
Just in the world that we lived in, we're raised that it's a dog-eat-dog world and only the strong survive. So, you know what I mean? You always have to be ready to go.
Never thought I had a chance to say that I have a queen. Yeah. Now I get so excited when I see you getting next to me. Yeah, we look so good when we together. I don't need a picture, we gon' last forever. Oh, how can one be so lucky? Oh, yeah. Mama always told me love as a way of finding you right in time. I really wasn't looking for love, but I see now that I was blind. Yeah, I love you so, got me connected, and your heart's full of gold. You're one in a billion. Oh, you came in perfect time. Yeah. I never thought I'd be with someone like you, but now you're here with me. You came to me in perfect timing.
Ain't nobody else worth a dime in. Thank God you came in perfect timing.
I never thought I'd be with someone like you, but now you're here with me. You came to me in perfect timing.
Ain't nobody else worth a dime in. Thank God you came in perfect timing.
Yeah, what are the odds, baby? Whoa, that's wild. That two could be one, so you could throw math out. Sold from the old school throwback style, with a Coke bottle frame and a Kodak smile. You're looking for love, Bobby Womack style. Sick of the same fellas with the no cash style. Freak with the door closed, but keep it a mystery. Hustle for more dough, what Queens what you meant to be. Holding the guy down, so rare and comfortable. Combination of Coretta Scott and Claire Huxtable. Woo, you got your girls, but don't hang with a sucker crew. Don't need no Maybelline, girl, I'ma cover you. I ain't gonna trouble you, but I wanna smother you. You're a child of destiny, ain't no need for a bugaboo. So if loving you is a crime, then I'm guilty. For real, we met in perfect time.
Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. 1 and 1 equals just 2. Ain't no limit, you and I. Ain't no gimmick about this groove. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love. Yeah, our love. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. 1 and 1 equals just 2. Ain't no limit, you and I. Ain't no gimmick about this groove. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love. Yeah, our love. I never thought I'd be with someone like you, but now you're here with me. You came to me in perfect timing.
Ain't nobody else worth a dime in. Thank God you came in perfect
I
timing.
never thought I'd be with someone like you, but now you're here with me. You came to me in perfect timing.
Ain't nobody else worth a dime in. Thank God you came in perfect timing.
Came in perfect time, yeah. Yeah. Take my hand and you will see we met in perfect time, yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, I learned that you can be ready to go without walking around with an attitude all the time. You know what I mean? Looking like you're angry, pissed off, upset with the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mentally, you can always stay prepared to defend yourself. You know what I mean? But you don't have to walk around giving off that negative energy. You know what I
Right.
mean? So the nation has the things that I got from there was a lot of self-respect. You know what I mean? A lot of love for self, really, because prior to it, you know, I was in the mindset of, you know, I didn't have to be brought here, and you know what I mean. If I gotta deal with y'all gotta deal with me. You know what I mean? But you know that's an immature form of thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I moved here in 1992, and one of my first real experiences with the gangbanging culture was I was wearing a striped blue shirt, light blue, dark blue, light blue, dark blue, some jeans, some blue dope mans. My man Sharon, shout out to my man Sharon, walked from 16th Street in Alta Vista to, I want to say, Julian for the Turkey Bowl. This yellow car rolled past me. It was the opposition, I guess, and this was their hood. It was just the Bloods. He started, throwing that thing up at me. I really can't remember it a lot, but I do remember him telling me, next time you come, you gotta really watch what you wear. Now take us back to what it was like in the early '90s up to now, and how you feel things have transitioned to 30 years later, because it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Back then, I mean, these kids are active now, but they're not active in the way that we were active back then. Right. Back then, it was a lot of killing going on over hoods, sides, and sets. You know what I mean? Where, when I was young, preteens, I used to go from the south side to the west side, and my aunt, my grandmother's sister, would watch me. You know what I mean? So she lived on Cocoa Bomb. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right there in the west side, in the heart of the west side. Right. You know what I mean? And I go over there to the park and I play football and basketball, and sometimes moms would take my bike over there, and I could ride through the neighborhood. And then to go to like the teenage years, like I said, I left here when I was 15. Mom's kicked me out the house 3 days before my 18th birthday. So it gives you an idea. I was knucklehead. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to mom.
I'm saying, yeah, she wasn't playing that. You know what I mean? Right. 18 in the house cutting up? No, she wasn't having it. So she booted me out. Booted me out 3 days before my 18th birthday. But when I came back, some of the cats that I grew up with, the game had changed a lot. And, I meddle, I talk stuff, I tell people, I blame a lot of that on colors, you know what I'm saying, on the media.
The movie or just colors?
No, the movie.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because my older brother, who is 5-6 years older than me, was active when I was a preteen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he was coming out of Pasadena. Most of my family, older cousins and whatnot, were from, different Crip hoods, Crip set. You know what I'm saying? And the experience was, I knew who they were when I was young. You know what I mean? And back then it was more like, but the ones that I saw coming up, they were like in the partying and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no heavy drug trafficking going on. Wasn't no heavy arms trafficking going on. It wasn't none of that. It was more or less about protecting your neighborhood, and protecting your neighborhood meant the high school up the street. You know what I'm saying? You go to the gang. You know what I'm saying? At the school, you have a visiting school come in. You know what I mean? Y'all do what you do at the schoolhouse when the game is over and somebody lose. But sometimes that trickle out from the school into the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, back then it was more or less about protecting your neighborhood from what I was seeing. You know what I mean? Right. And then I come back from California, like I said, and it's a whole different atmosphere out here, because when I left, cats out here wasn't active like that. They wasn't setting tripling like that. It was not turned up like they was when I came back in '89.
From Cali.
Now,
you talking Northern Cali or Southern Cali?
No, I'm talking. I'm coming back from Northern Cali to Phoenix, Arizona.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when I left Phoenix, Arizona, it wasn't, people weren't set tripping you know what I mean? But when you look at what happened after Colors came out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just about Same thing that happened with the whole East Coast, West Coast thing. Media. You know what I mean?
Media driven. Gotcha. I didn't see Colors first. I seen Boys in the Hood first. I guess I was a little off. And I seen it in Chicago. And we were coming back driving with my family from Chicago. And this is probably maybe 2 weeks to a month later. Dixie, Illinois. Stop at a gas station. See this young Caucasian brother. Blue bandana on. See him banging on somebody else. I was like, where they do that at? And I knew from living out here in Arizona and having some of my good friends whose father was brought up in Compton, I kind of knew. I wasn't versed in it, but I knew. And it kind of takes me to a statement. I'm not trying to offend our viewers at all, but YG did a show about 3-4 years ago out here, Celebrity Theater. And it got turned up. It got a little active. And he said a statement, and I'm going to ask you what you feel about this. AZ ain't nothing but some Cali rejects. That was his thought. And this is, I mean, you can go to YouTube, you can actually see this statement. You know, I'm not trying to realign, get it all, but you know, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? Because I thought,
to be honest with you, Arizona has a lot of love for Cali, a lot of respect for Cali.
Right.
But Arizona got our own get down.
Definitely.
We don't move like Cali.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Cali, the major difference between Arizona and Cali, we can legally pack our heats.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So, keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Let's get it. Yeah. She drop the top and count my money straight up. Then hit the field, we ballin' out no Lakers. I can't complain, just bought 3 bags of paper. Then hit the field, we callin' shots on tables. Drop top in them benches.
Right. Now that's something I do know when I've had family or friends come out here. We in a Walmart and you see homie with the Desert Eagle on his hip and they like,
yeah,
they freeze up.
So our get down is way different than Cali's.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
And even there was a while when we were active that there was a little funk between California and Arizona. And the thing is, it was nonsense. You know what I mean? It's nonsense. In the end, we're down over territory that don't none of us own. We're going to prison. We're going to prison, and we're making somebody else pockets fat. We're helping somebody else put their kids through college.
Right.
I was reading something the other day that was saying in Cali they're dropping like $75,000 a year to house one inmate, and I'm like, where? Where you spending 75 racks at with the slop that you feeding people and how you dressing them and what their living quarters are?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I actually, I heard that. I had actually taken a picture of some information that I had seen on that. And they're basically building penitentiaries in California faster than they are colleges.
Well, that's just about everywhere now. You know,
right.
You know, I make jokes about it, you know what I mean, which really is not funny. I say, you know, the thing is, we little cats on the block, you see the little homie flipping the sack. He's small fries, because these cats flip people.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
They flip people, so.
That's the truth. They do flip people. And I guess that was evident with a documentary that's out now, the documentary of Freeway Ricky Ross.
Right.
They spoke highly on that.
They put him in power.
Right.
They put him in power and then shut him down.
What's your thoughts on that whole story? Because he's supposed to be one of the main people that was given, you know, the opportunity as an African American man. Basically, he had the keys of the city. You think that's pretty true in your eyes?
Yeah, I know some cats that was running around back then. Yeah.
We gonna protect the innocent right there.
Yeah.
We are here, the BULTMT Podcast Movement in association with Soundbox 360 brings to you the BULTMT Podcast. Listen, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sitting here in the studio. First episode, you see me in my house. Next, here we are, courtesy of Yolande. God bless her for giving me this opportunity to run this thing. We're taking over. We're going to have artist interviews. We're going to have new music. We're going to have a whole bunch of things that's going on. You got to tune in. So make sure you stay tuned with us. Soundbox 360, the BULTMT Movement Podcast. I am your host, Marvelo Hathaway. God bless.